The other day, someone told me that having a small dog is the same as having a cat. I have never heard something so ridiculous in my life. So a dog and a cat are two completely different species who require completely different things. Saying that they're the same is like saying that taking care of a human child is the same as taking care of a chimpanzee. Each has its own unique set of needs and wants, and though some things may be similar, they still are unique and they must be treated uniquely. By not doing that, you're just being ignorant and naive, and maybe you shouldn't have either of those animals if you think that they are the same. One of the reasons that I believe people may think that dogs, small dogs and cats are pretty much the same is this common trend to use pee pads with small dogs. So just to be clear, pee pads were never intended to be a forever thing. They are supposed to be a training tool, so something that you use while you're house training a dog and then you phase out later on. But there are a lot of people nowadays who are using the pee pads for the dog's, the entirety of the dog's life. So it's very similar to, say, a litter box for a cat. So I think that that's one of the reasons that a lot of people will make such a big comparison between small dogs and cats, is because of those pee pads. Many people also believe that small dogs don't need as much training as large dogs, which could not be farther from the truth. And honestly, it's owners like this who give tiny dogs a bad reputation. Actually, statistically, small dogs have a higher bite record than larger dogs. It's just not reported as often because the dogs are so small that they typically don't draw blood. But they do bite more often than larger dogs, and that's mainly due to the fact that a lot of owners of small dogs think that because the dog is so small, they don't need to train it, which is terrible. All dogs need to be trained. They are wild animals that are coming into our home. We need to show them the rules, and how we do that is by training them. Also, a lot of people think that small dogs don't need exercise. All dogs need exercise. Period. Dogs need to be physically stimulated in order to live happy and healthy lives. Even small dogs, some small dogs may not need as much physical activity as bigger dogs, or they may need different forms of physical activity, but that doesn't mean that they should be sitting around in a house all day long, bored, doing nothing. They are not cats. Some cats can live happy lives without having to go outside, but dogs, they need that mental stimulation of being outdoors and getting that physical activity. So do not get a dog thinking that you're not gonna walk it or do anything with it. Dogs need to walk. Okay, so I got a little worked up there. I just get so sad when I hear of people that are getting these pets mostly because they want that love and attention, but they're not giving the dog what it needs. You need to look at the creature that you're getting and give it as much as you can. They give us so much in our lives, and the least that we can do is make them happy. And we do that by knowing what their species needs. So if you want a cat, if you want that kind of attention, get a cat. Don't get a small dog thinking that you're going to be able to treat it in the same way as a cat. So I know I get a little bit worked up with this. I'm just very passionate about this, and when this person told me this, I just got so sad thinking that she was gonna get a small dog and then let it sit around her house. That just makes me really sad. So anyway, thank you for sticking it through to the end and watching this video. If you haven't, make sure that you subscribe to see more videos. I don't get as crazy passionate in all of them, but some of them I do. So like this video if you're into that kind of thing, and I'll see you next time.